Welcome, listeners, to the veiled depths of history and hauntings, where the past whispers across the waters and shadows flicker beneath the waves. Tonight, we embark on a chilling voyage to uncover the secrets of the ghost fleet of Mallows Bay, a spectral armada that lies dormant in the murky embrace of the Potomac River. Here, among the tangled water weeds and the silhouettes of sunken ships, the boundary between the living and the spectral blurs, as the echoes of a bygone era linger in the air like a dense fog. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting a crimson glow over the waters, the bay reveals its eerie residents. Ships crafted with hope and destined for war now serve as the eternal abode for the restless spirits that roam their wooden decks. These are not mere vessels of wood and steel. They are the keepers of stories, untold and forgotten, waiting for the daring soul to unveil their secrets. Listeners, I invite you to lean in closer as we peel back the layers of time to a moment when the world was engulfed in conflict, and an ambitious endeavor gave birth to this ghostly fleet. But be warned, for as we delve into the mysteries of Mallows Bay, we might awaken the restless spirits that yearn to tell their tale. So, dim your lights, steady your heart, and prepare to be ensnared by the haunting legacy of the ghost fleet. This is not just a story of ships and ghosts. It's a journey into the heart of the unknown, where fear, apprehension, and ambiguity await. Join me as we set sail into the shadows. The awakening of the ghost fleet. In the shadowy waters of history, where the whispers of the past ripple across time, there lies a story shrouded in mystery, and draped in a cloak of the supernatural. Our tale begins amidst the turmoil of World War I, a time when the world was engulfed in flames, and nations clashed in a battle for supremacy. It was a period marked by desperation and fear, where every second ticked towards an uncertain future. In 1917, as the United States was thrust into the vortex of war, an urgent need arose. The Atlantic Ocean, a vast and treacherous expanse, stood as the only barrier between American shores and the war-torn landscapes of Europe. There was a dire necessity for cargo ships, vessels strong and swift, capable of transporting troops, munitions, and supplies to support the Allied front. It was against this backdrop of urgency and dread that the Emergency Fleet Corporation was summoned into existence, tasked with a mission that was as ambitious as it was fraught with desperation. Under the veil of war, the corporation embarked on an unprecedented endeavor to construct a massive fleet of wooden steamships. These ships were envisioned as the lifelines of the war effort, the carriers of hope across the treacherous waters. Forests fell silent as trees were hewn down. Shipyards buzzed with frenetic activity, and towns sprung up around these hubs of war production. pulsating with the collective heartbeat of a nation at war. But as fate would have it, the hands of time moved faster than the shipbuilders could wield their tools. The war, with all its chaos and distraction, drew to a close sooner than the world had dared to hope. Armistice was declared, and the guns fell silent, leaving the world to ponder the cost of the conflict it had just endured. And there, in the wake of this newfound peace, lay our fleet, vast, majestic, and unnecessary. The majority of these wooden sentinels had not tasted the salt of the ocean, nor had they faced the test of battle. They were born too late, relics of a conflict that had outpaced their creation. Like phantoms, they lingered at the docks, their hulls echoing with the ghosts of a purpose unfulfilled. The government, now burdened with the weight of these idle ships, sought solace in abandonment, choosing to consign them to the secluded waters of Mallows Bay. As the ships were skittled, one by one, they began their descent into the murky depths, a somber procession of wooden carcasses sinking into their watery grave. The bay, once a tranquil retreat, transformed into a cemetery of dreams, where the ambitions of men lay submerged beneath the waves. And as the sun set on Mallows Bay, the shadows lengthened, and a chilling silence descended. Listeners, as our chapter comes to a close, we're left to ponder the fate of these forgotten vessels. In the darkness of Mallows Bay, where the boundary between the living and the spectral blurs, the ghost fleet stirs from its slumber, a testament to human endeavor and its unintended consequences. And as we gaze upon the waters, one can't help but wonder what whispers linger within the hulls of these sunken ships. What secrets do they hold in their watery embrace? Stay with me as we dive deeper into the mystery of the ghost fleet, where fear, apprehension, and ambiguity await in the shadows. The Graveyard of Dreams. As the dawn of peace broke over a world wearied by war, the silence that followed was not just the absence of gunfire, but the quiet despair of unfulfilled destinies. The great fleet, once the beacon of hope and might, now found itself adrift in the aftermath, a relic of a battle it never fought. The journey of these vessels did not end with triumphant arrivals on foreign shores, but in the secluded and silent waters of Mallows Bay. Here, amidst the serene and forgotten curves of the Potomac River, a ship graveyard began to take shape, a final resting place for the dreams of a nation. By the early 1920s, Mallows Bay had transformed. It became not just a bay, but a mausoleum of sorts, where the newly constructed ships, now deemed surplus and unnecessary, were sent to meet their end. It was a somber procession, as hundreds of vessels, each with its own untold story, were skittled and abandoned to the whims of time and tide. This act of abandonment, a quiet yet profound echo of the war's end, marked the birth of what would come to be known as the Ghost Fleet. In a quietude of Mallows Bay, nature began to weave its own narrative, a story of resilience and reclaiming. Trees and plants, the harbingers of life, began to sprout from the sunken hulls, their roots intertwining with the wood and metal in a silent, persistent claim. Vines draped themselves over the contours of the ships, and wildlife made its home in this accidental sanctuary. What was once a symbol of human ambition and conflict now became a tableau of eerie beauty, where the lines between the natural world and the man-made blurred into obscurity. The transformation of Mallows Bay into a ship graveyard was not just a physical process, but a metaphysical metamorphosis. The ships, each a bearer of untold tales and silent whispers, began to emanate an aura of mystery and melancholy. The bay, with its calm waters and spectral ships, became a canvas for the imagination, a place where the veil between the worlds seemed thin and permeable. Listeners, as we explore this chapter of our tale, we find ourselves standing on the shore, gazing into the misty waters of Mallows Bay. The ghostly silhouettes of the ships beckon, inviting us to ponder the stories they hold within their decaying frames. It's a surreal landscape, where the past and the present merge, and where the spirits of those who built and dreamed of these ships may still linger, forever bound to this watery graveyard. Bent as the sun dips low, and shadows lengthen over Mallows Bay, a shiver runs down the spine. For it is here, in the silence and the solitude, that the Ghost Fleet truly comes to life. Whispered tales of apparitions and eerie sounds drifting across the water stir the imagination and beckon us to delve deeper into the mystery. Stay with me, dear listeners, as our journey through the mists of Mallows Bay continues. For in the next chapter, we will venture closer to the whispers and the shadows, where the tales of spectral sightings and eerie echoes await to be unveiled. The line between the natural and the supernatural blurs further, inviting us to question what lies beyond the realm of the seen and the known. Whispers in the mist. In the shadowy embrace of Mallows Bay, where the remnants of a forgotten fleet lay entombed in the waters, the line between the living world and that of the ethereal began to blur. As the sun sets, casting a golden hue over the silent ships, the bay becomes a stage for the nocturnal symphony of the supernatural. It is here, in this liminal space, that the restless souls of the past seem to converge, manifesting in forms both seen and unseen, heard and merely felt. Not long after the fleet found its final anchorage in the depths of Mallows Bay, locals and visitors alike began to whisper of peculiar occurrences that defied explanation. It started with sightings of ethereal visions of ships emerging from the dense fog that often envelops the bay. These spectral vessels, appearing as if sailing from the mists of time itself, would materialize fully before the bewildered eyes of onlookers, only to vanish as swiftly as they had appeared. Such apparitions, neither fully of this world nor the next, ignited a mixture of fascination and dread among those who witnessed them. That the mysteries of Mallows Bay were not confined to visual specters alone. The air itself seemed to carry the echoes of the past, as unexplained sounds began to permeate the stillness of the bay. The creaking of wood, so distinct and yet out of place in the waterlogged graveyard, would often be heard, suggesting the movement of ships that no longer have the strength to sail. Distant voices, too faint to discern words, but too purposeful to be dismissed as the mere whispering of the wind, suggested the presence of unseen conversants. Perhaps most chilling of all were the echoes of battle gunfire, shouts, and a chaos of conflict sounds that had no place in the peaceful environs of the bay, and seemed as real to the listeners as the ground beneath their feet. These eerie manifestations fueled the legend of the Ghost Fleet, transforming Mallows Bay from a mere curiosity into a site of spectral intrigue. The tales, as they were told and retold, wove a tapestry of the supernatural that draped over the bay, casting it in a new, otherworldly light. Skeptics and believers, thrill-seekers and historians were all drawn to this place, each seeking to uncover the truth behind the phantoms of Mallows Bay. But what drives these manifestations? Are they mere tricks of light and sound? Or do they signify something deeper, echoes of the souls who once toiled upon these vessels, unable to sever their ties to the mortal realm? The answers remain as elusive as the specters themselves, hidden beneath the waters and wrapped in the shrouds of mist that so frequently envelop the bay. Listeners, as we delve deeper into the heart of darkness that seems to pulse within Mallows Bay, we are compelled to confront our own beliefs about the afterlife and the supernatural. The ghostly ships and their unseen crews beckon, inviting us into a world that exists at the edges of our understanding, where fear, apprehension, and ambiguity reign supreme. Stay with me, dear listeners, for our journey is far from over. As we peel back the layers of mystery that envelop the Ghost Fleet, we may find that the true essence of horror lies not in the apparitions themselves, but in the unsettling questions they raise about the world beyond our own. Beyond the veil of mist. As we journey deeper into the enigma that shrouds Mallows Bay, The specters of the past blend with the whispers of the present, revealing a tale not solely of hauntings, but of heritage and preservation. Today, the Ghost Fleet, with its haunting allure and spectral silhouettes, stands not just as a monument to the phantoms of history, but as a testament to the confluence of human endeavor, natural resilience, and ecological sanctity. In the year 2019, a pivotal moment in the saga of the Ghost Fleet was realized. The waters of Mallows Bay, once merely a repository for the remnants of a bygone era, were bestowed with a new, venerable status. The area was designated as the Mallows Bay Potomac River National Marine Sanctuary, marking it as the first national marine sanctuary devoted to protecting a fleet of sunken vessels. This designation was not just a recognition of the fleet's historical significance, but also an acknowledgement of its ecological importance and its role in the tapestry of American maritime lore. This sanctuary, encompassing the watery graves of the Ghost Fleet, serves as a bridge between the past and the future. It underscores the importance of preserving our history, not just in books and stories, but in the very waters and lands where it unfolded. The Ghost Fleet, once viewed through the lens of spectral fascination and fear, is now seen as a precious link to our past, a submerged archive of untold stories waiting to be discovered. But the sanctuary is more than a haven for history enthusiasts. It's a vibrant ecosystem, a testament to nature's remarkable ability to reclaim and transform. The sunken ships, once symbols of human conflict and ambition, now serve as the foundation for a thriving aquatic habitat. These wooden relics, intertwined with the roots of mangroves and the tendrils of aquatic plants, have become nurseries for fish, havens for birds, and attractions for divers and ecologists. In this surreal landscape, where the remnants of human warfare have morphed into beacons of life, the lines between the natural and the supernatural, the historical and the ecological, blur into insignificance. That, even as we celebrate the preservation of Mallows Bay and its transformation into a sanctuary, the echoes of its haunted past continue to resonate. The designation of the area as a marine sanctuary has not banished the ghosts that roam its waters. If anything, it has woven them more deeply into the fabric of the place. The ghost stories, once mere tales whispered in fear and fascination, are now cherished as an integral part of the sanctuary's mystique, drawing visitors not just to marvel at the beauty of nature's resilience, but to experience the chill of the unknown. Listen as we stand on the shores of Mallows Bay, gazing out at the serene waters that cradle the Ghost Fleet, we are reminded that history is a multifaceted gem. It is a tale of human endeavors, of wars fought and ambitions dashed, but also of redemption, of nature's capacity to heal and transform the scars left by man. The Ghost Fleet of Mallows Bay, shrouded in mist and mystery, invites us to reflect on the impermanence of human endeavors and the enduring power of nature and memory. As we conclude this chapter of our journey, let us ponder the legacy of the Ghost Fleet not just as a collection of spectral ships haunting the waters of Mallows Bay, but as a sacred site where history, nature, and legend converge. In the stillness of the bay, where the past and present merge, we find a story that transcends the boundary between the living and the spectral, a narrative that continues to unfold with each ripple on the water's surface. Echoes of the unfulfilled. In the shadowed waters of Mallows Bay, where the Ghost Fleet lies in silent vigil, the story weaves deeper into the fabric of the unseen, touching the very essence of human endeavor and spectral yearning. This narrative, rich with the echoes of the past, extends far beyond the physical remnants of the sunken ships. It envelops the human element, the souls of those who once dreamed of these vessels as titans of the sea, destined to carry the hopes of a nation across tumultuous waters. These ships, born from the fervor of war and the urgency of necessity, were crafted by hands driven by a purpose that was never to be realized. The shipbuilders, carpenters, and iron workers poured their hopes and dreams into the hulls and decks of these vessels, imagining them as the bearers of victory and peace. Yet, as the tides of war receded, so too did the need for these ships, leaving them to a fate of obscurity and decay in the waters of Mallows Bay. It is here, amidst the silent guardians of the bay, that some believe the spirits of the past linger, the ghostly manifestations, the spectral ships that emerge from the fog only to disappear into the ether, are thought by some to be the embodiment of these unfulfilled dreams and aspirations. The auditory phenomena, the creaks of bending wood, the whispers of the wind through the reeds, and the distant echoes of battle, are interpreted as the lingering voices of those who built, manned, and dreamed of these ships, now forever bound to this watery grave. These manifestations, whether real or imagined, serve as a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of human endeavors against the backdrop of time. The Ghost Fleet, with its spectral appearances and eerie sounds, stands as a testament to the dreams that were passed aside, to the lives intertwined with these vessels, and to the stories that were never told. It is a haunting reflection of what might have been, of potential unfulfilled, and of the indelible mark that human ambition leaves upon the world. As we explore the depths of Mallows Bay and the mysteries of the Ghost Fleet, we are confronted with the realization that these stories, these echoes of the past, are not just remnants of history, but are woven into the very essence of our understanding of life and the afterlife. The bay, with its ghostly fleet, becomes a mirror reflecting our own fears, hopes, and the eternal quest for meaning. in the face of oblivion. Listen as we reach the end of our journey through the haunted waters of Mallows Bay, we are left with more questions than answers. The ghostly ships that fade in and out of the mist. The sounds that whisper across the bay. They challenge our perceptions of reality and the supernatural. They invite us to ponder the stories of those who came before us, whose lives and dreams are forever etched into the fabric of this place. The Ghost Fleet of Mallows Bay, a mosaic of history, nature, and the supernatural, remains a compelling testament to the human spirit, its aspirations, and its eternal struggle with the forces of time and nature. In the quiet of the bay, where the past whispers to the present, we find a story that is as haunting as it is beautiful, a reminder that even in abandonment and decay, there is a story worth telling, a memory worth preserving. And so, dear listeners, as we bid farewell to the silent ships of Mallows Bay, let us carry with us the reminder that in every echo of the past, in every shadow that flits across the water, there lies a story, a soul, waiting to be remembered. As the echoes of our tale recede into the distance and the shadows of Mallows Bay fade into the calm of night, we close the pages of this ghostly saga. The Ghost Fleet, with its whispered histories and spectral ships, remains a sentinel at the boundary of reality and legend, guarding the secrets of the past beneath its silent waves. To our listeners who have journeyed with us through the mists of time, who have stood on the shores of the unknown and gazed into the depths of the unseen, we thank you. Your curiosity and imagination have breathed life into the stories of those long forgotten, bridging worlds and weaving the tapestry of memory and myth. As we part ways, let the Ghost Fleet of Mallows Bay remind us of the stories that lie hidden in the heart of the mundane, waiting for the moment to whisper their truths to those willing to listen. May the tales of the past inspire us to explore, to seek, and to wonder at the mysteries that surround us, hidden in plain sight beneath the surface of our world. Thank you for allowing us to share this journey with you, to explore the haunting beauty and endearing mysteries of the Ghost Fleet. As we conclude our podcast, we leave you with a final thought. In every shadow, there is a story. In every silence, a song of the past waiting to be heard. May you always find wonder in the world around you, and may the spirits of history guide you on your path. Farewell, dear listeners, until we meet again in the realm of stories and shadows. Keep the flame of curiosity alight, and never cease to venture beyond the veil of the known. For in the tales of yesteryear, we find the keys to unlock the mysteries of tomorrow. Good night, and let the whispers of the Ghost Fleet accompany you into dreams filled with adventure and discovery. As the echoes of our tale recede into the distance and the shadows of Mallows Bay fade into the calm of night, we close the pages of this ghostly saga. The Ghost Fleet, with its whispered histories and spectral ships, remains a sentinel at the boundary of reality and legend, guarding the secrets of the past beneath its silent waves. To our listeners who have journeyed with us through the mists of time, who have stood on the shores of the unknown and gazed into the depths of the unseen. We thank you. Your curiosity and imagination have breathed life into the stories of those long forgotten, bridging worlds and weaving the tapestry of memory and myth. As we part ways, let the ghost fleet of Mallows Bay remind us of the stories that lie hidden in the heart of the mundane, waiting for the moment to whisper their truths to those willing to listen. May the tales of the past inspire us to explore, to seek, and to wonder at the mysteries that surround us, hidden in plain sight beneath the surface of our world. Thank you for allowing us to share this journey with you, to explore the haunting beauty and enduring mysteries of the ghost fleet. As we conclude our podcast, we leave you with a final thought. In every shadow, there is a story. In every silence, a song of the past waiting to be heard. May you always find wonder in the world around you, and may the spirits of history guide you on your path. Farewell, dear listeners, until we meet again in the realm of stories and shadows. Keep the flame of curiosity alight, and never cease to venture beyond the veil of the known. For in the tales of yesteryear, we find the keys to unlock the mysteries of tomorrow. Good night, and let the whispers of the ghost fleet accompany you into dreams filled with adventure and discovery.